I began in May 2022. So I graduated in 2020 from college. So in the height of the pandemic, I wasn't sure really what to do next. And so I had a friend let me know about ABA and a local company. And so I quickly applied. And sure enough, I got an interview, I got orientation, and it was just a really seamless process. So I've been here for about 3 years now. I would say my ability to really connect with clients before really beginning any therapy. I think it's really important to build a connection and understand their circumstances so that you can better help them. For me, my favorite part of training had to have been the more scary parts. So, role play and talking to other therapists that were training as well. You typically will have another person, so two or three new hires throughout the training and throughout you studying for tests and all the certifications. So, you'll typically know the people that you're working with, and it makes that role play and it makes the harder parts a little easier, and it definitely builds that confidence. When I am working with a client, it is really important for me to just hear about their day, whether they've had a long day or a pretty easy day. I just like to hear how they're growing outside of therapy. They may be coming home from school or they may be coming home from a field trip. And so learning how their day was and how their week is going can make session a little bit more easier and a little bit easier to work with them. Throughout my training and my experience as a behavior interventionist, I've learned that communication is really important. Without communication, we can tend to feel lost, we can tend to feel alone in this field. And so it's really important to stay connected, not only with your community, but your supervisors and other coworkers. You know, may not see them as often as other fields, but it's important to maintain that connection so that you feel supported and you feel confident. My most rewarding experiences that I can think of, or the most rewarding experience for me that comes to mind is just seeing my clients grow, whether it was intentionally or I worked on them with something for a really long time. I think what I can think of is a client recently was demonstrating a little bit of maintenance. So they started to use their devices to talk outside of therapy. So it became, oh, we're going outside, we're going outside. And then on her own, she independently said that she wanted to go outside. And so seeing your client independently advocate for themselves is the really most rewarding part that I have come encountered with. In my experience in this field, a lot of supervisors can either be really present or not as present. And so one supervisor demonstrated really effective supervision by just encouraging me to learn outside of therapy, outside of work. And so I mentioned that I wanted to pursue my education elsewhere and I wasn't sure what to do. And so she encouraged me to actually go after my master's. She reminded me that with masters, there's a lot more opportunities that open up and gives me a little bit more time to focus on what is something that really piques my interest rather than something that I feel like I need to be doing. And so I recently graduated with my master's in December, and she helped me throughout the entire process. She helped me with applications, with writing, with readings, and then more recently, she helped me with some certification to further my career in ABSI too. If you are really looking to continue growing and continue learning, I think ABA is a great field. It's not only fun and rewarding, it is different every day. And so there's always something new to go with, and there's always something new to learn. And you have a bunch of supervisors who are encouraging you to expand outside of ABA. So it may be just the beginning point or it may be your end point. But either way, supervisors and your coworkers and the community in general is really supportive of your career and your advancement as a professional. Joining a new team, I think it's really important that you remember that's what it is. It's a new team. And so you need to advocate for yourself. You need to reach out to supervisors and ask any and all questions. The number one thing my supervisors always tell me is there is no dumb question, there is no dumb task, right? You have to go through the paces and they're going to help you through with that. You're never going to really feel alone as long as you keep that connection with your supervisors and your team. For me, recognition and building those connections with your supervisors were really important throughout my career development. But more recently, ABSI has a behavior interventionist recognition program. And so that was an awesome reward that I received twice, actually. It felt really great to know that I was being appreciated beyond my professional development and acknowledged and supported by my supervisors. It was really important, great, and a great source of encouragement during the harder times in my career and in my education.